Alright guys, welcome back. Sethon here, this is the Daily Grind. This is just a small update on the newbie account for the step-by-step guide for newbies on DC Legends. Um, I was able to finish my legendary missions for the day. This has been done twice in a row. Yesterday on Wednesday, during the Wednesday gameplay in Thursday. So today, Friday, that we are going to have the Jake Garrick event. Things are going to change a little bit. So right now I should have around 5,000 purple energy already earned just from playing. But here's something I want to explain to you. Once once you have completed all your missions for the day, you have to stop playing. I know the temptation is very big to keep going because, for example, like on this account right now, it's just 20% more for a level up, getting extra energy. But here's the thing. If you do that too early, then you are going to ruin your next level up for the following day, for the next reset of the server. So you are advancing or farming more shards or getting some extra essence in a single day, but it's really unneeded. And instead, you're just making your life more difficult for the coming week. Because once you reach level 40, level ups are way harder to achieve. You can still level up more or less once a day in between level 40 and 50 if you plan your game sessions right. But here's another thing. We are going to start the monthly event, and they introduced a rule a while back where even the heroic challenges, the monthly event, and the assaults give you experience. Of course, for a veteran player with an account level 60 or above, this is not really a problem because sometimes you take a week or a couple of weeks in between levels, so any amount of experience that you can get that is not farming is good. But for a new account where you don't actually want to level up too fast, this is detrimental. Today we're going, after reset during the event, we're going to level up in a staggering fashion. Like instead of starting with the campaign doing heroics, we're going to start with the actual event. And then you either run out of energy or you are no longer able to advance in the event. Whenever you run into that, like you can't beat a node, then you switch to heroics until you level up, and after you level up, you try again on the heroic challenge, depending on the result. So something like this. For example, upgrade events don't give you experience when you defeat them, even though they cost energy. If you see the list of rewards, there is nothing that indicates experience. You can farm this non-stop, and that's where we are going to go right now. I'm going to refresh once. I'm not going to go deep into this right now because it's not needed. At this point in the game, you don't have to actually farm that much for events. I'm just going to show you how to pass node 1 with level 20 characters. You mostly got them to full gear 2 from the materials you farmed from the normal and heroic nodes. And this is only material level 1. So by now you should have these 3 characters unlocked. Maybe you have Bane. Bane is missing here. And I'm just going to check on Saturday if Jay Garrick can replace Bane in this lineup. But I'm pretty certain that won't be the case. Because Node 4, when you are starting out, requires a specific combination of characters to be able to defeat the node. And you have to have somebody who stuns in order to defeat Node 4 the first time. So right now we go into Node 1. You saw the video yesterday. I wasn't able to defeat this, to beat this, because Batman was very low gear. In fact, he had like 2 pieces upgraded to gear 1, and Green Arrow also was not upgraded. Now they are full level 20 and full gear 2, all of the characters in this lineup. And if you don't 3-star the node on your first try, just keep trying. And that's mostly to save time later. And later is like in 2 weeks. So not very recent. Or not very soon for your account. But trying to 3-star these nodes is very, very important. And I don't know if I will be able to actually finish this time, because Green Arrow has taken way too much damage. And now the trick here is just focus on Doomsday, because I think he doesn't use the Devastator. But if he gets more than 4 attacks on you, he becomes impossible to kill. Just ignore the trash mob and keep applying agility downs on him and all your big moves. So yeah, I couldn't 3-star it this time. But it's doable. So I think you actually have to start on the big guy. And I know I won't be able to. If I remember correctly, Node 2 requires, when you're starting out, when you have these low characters, you need a full team, and they have to be full gear 2 and level 25. But I'm gonna give it a try, because what the hell. Might as well have this, have my team capable of going gear 4. Now, why try to do this very early in the game? Because you have to reach the middle of stage 5 in the normal missions before you get material level 2. So trust me, you just won't be able to do that on just gear 2. You have to level up your characters too much. You start messing up with your red alerts and stuff like that. So it's faster and easier to just come here and try uh, to get your characters. Yeah, it's too much damage from the computer. So I need extra levels, and I need the fourth guy to properly dispose of these things. That's why I'm banking hard on J. Yeah, I'm done. If I lose Deadshot, I'm done for. Yeah, there goes the run. It doesn't take too much. You can do this with rank 1 characters, but it's easier if you bring a full team of rank 2. Hence why I'm banking on Jay Garrick to be useful for this. Come on, just kill me already. Yeah. Yeah, I need the full 4 tunes. Back to map, and I'm just going to farm the first node 2 extra times. Now I could try to farm Bane shards, but then I will level up, and then I will have to start spending gold that is unnecessary. So instead, once you reach this point, like for example, it's 1 or 2 p.m. here, so I will regenerate. That's 5 hours, 60 energy points, so I will be full energy by the time of the reset on the stage energy. And PvP energy, that's 5 hours still reset, that's an extra 5 PvP points, so I will have 6 energy plus 24 that you regenerate for the next day. That's 30 fights. So I still have the chance of finishing my PvP missions without spending gold. And if I get lucky and I pull some extra energy from the PvP packs, then it's even better. And maybe I will have enough Alliance Essence later today well, I don't think so. But whatever. By the end of your first week, you should have a full Gear 4 team developed. Oh, by the way, I also had to show you. This was done through PvP. So I have already cleared 5 boards, and I have finally gotten Wonder Woman Princess of Themyscira unlocked in less than a week. If you try to do this, farming the heroic node, it's going to take you around about a month just to unlock her, and to rank her up, that's going to be something else. So I still have the chance, thanks to the PvP board reset. It's going to change on next Monday. So I still have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3 days. That's at least 2 board clears per day. That's an extra 30 shards. So I'm gonna get me a rank 3 Wonder Woman. That's a good start. I'm not gonna gear or upgrade her right now, because I want to save these for the legendary missions for tomorrow. But at least now I know that I have to concentrate on getting Cheetah. just to do the what's their name, Mystical Archive missions on Saturday and Sunday. So I already have Satana, I already have Wonder Woman Princess, so I have to get Cheetah. And this is going to be slower now because there are no good blues to start with. But once I'm able to score a little better on the Alliance days, I can start working on unlocking either Wonder Woman Defender. I think it's Dr. Fate. Let me go check real quick because it's on this. Yes, I can work on buying Cheetah shards, Wonder Woman Defender, Dr. Fate, or Enchantress shards through these Alliance packs, but not through the actual packs. I mean, you have to wait on these offers here. Right now, there's Poison Ivy, and just to get them unlocked. I mean, we're going to have these accounts parked with characters at level 40 for 1 month or maybe 2 before moving on to level 50. So it's way easier and cheaper to gear up a whole roster just to tackle red alerts and be prepared for the heroic challenges. And the month, well, more so than for the monthly free tune, for the rework and the assault event. So like for this month it's going to be Black Adam, and as a newbie it's going to be very hard to bring Black Adam to legendary status. That's way easier for higher level accounts with higher level tunes. But we still have 2 weeks before that heroic challenge comes around. So maybe we can at least get a legendary one, Black Adam, out of that. But it's going to be a very, very expensive. But still, those heroic challenges, when you're a newbie and even when you are a veteran, these challenges, like the one for Black Adam, that's the best use of your gold. This one and the assaults. Why? The assault, if you can finish both versions, the legendary and the normal, that's 550 shards. If you can only finish the normal mission, which by the way is very, very easy, you can do that with gear 4 and a single gear 7 character. That's enough to finish these events on the normal side. The legendary one is really, really hard. But that's 135 shards, so not full rank 5, but enough to unlock any character that is featured in these assaults. The other cool part is that if you can't finish them on the first day, they at least cross over a Saturday, so you can finish gearing up or getting skills for one of your missing characters for that event. And judging from the past few months, it looks like this is the new setting for DC Legends. Instead of having 2 heroic challenges, you get your monthly free event, you get 1 heroic challenge for one of the reworks from the previous month, and then you get an assault where you will be able to get, if you can finish both sides of the event, a free legendary 3 tune or upgrade heavily any character you have unlocked, because 550 shards sound like a lot, but if you already have a legendary 5 character, that's just enough for Rebirth 1, and if you have Rebirth 1, that's just barely enough for Rebirth 2. and that's where it ends. If you have already a Rebirth 2, for example, a Dr. Fate, who has already had a heroic challenge, getting the 550 won't get you a Rebirth 3. But it's still a nice addition for those who are upgrading these characters. Past month was Firestorm. In fact, his event finished the day before yesterday, and I was able to score 1 shard with this newbie account. But that was because literally the account was like 1 day old, so I had nobody unlocked. But if I had Star Sapphire at least, maybe Flash, maybe I could have finished the first few nodes and unlock Firestorm. But whatever. But here we are. We are ready in less than 5 hours now. The event will start. If you have reached this point with your account, remember, stop playing. If there are no missions left to do for the day, stop playing. Doesn't matter if it's 10 hours before the reset, or if you finished the night before because you kept leveling up. Today we're going to level up very, very heavily because we are spending a ton of energy on the hero challenge just on the first 2 boss nodes. There's each of the starting nodes is 8 energy, so you have to play 2 before the boss. That's 16. The boss is 20, that's 36, and repeat that for the second node, which is completely doable by any newbie, and that's 72 energy just on the hero challenge, and that's enough for 26 and 8, 34 shards on the first 2 nodes. So that's enough for rank 2 and well on your way to rank 3. Doesn't matter right now that you are not able to do something more. If you have a higher level account with better tunes, just play the challenge until you can no longer advance. That you get defeated in such a way that you're certain that gearing up is not going to make a difference. That means you need higher rank or way higher gear for your characters. We are going to be discussing strategy right now. If you have because this series is for complete newbies, guys who started a month ago. Maybe you didn't understand many of the advice that is tossed around the Reddit forums, because we kind of sometimes forget that not everybody starts with a ton of characters ready to use, and in the very beginning, gearing up when you don't know how to do it takes a long time and it's very hard. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So where were we? Yes. So when you are starting out, sorry, like this account, like you're just starting out, and I have the advantage of already knowing what buttons to press and what characters are useful for starting newbies and stuff like that. Well, that's one thing, but maybe you play the whole month before and you got stuck at gear 4 or even before gear 4, because story mode gets real hard when you reach stage 4. It's a big step in difficulty, and and you didn't know how to farm the rings, how to do stuff like that. So that's the people this series is for. So maybe you won't be able to get very far into the hero challenge and you're just giving up. You see no point in doing the node repeats and stuff like that. Trust me, you're going to walk out of this series with at least a legendary 1J Garrick, and if things, because something is very dependent on luck, and that is, are we going to get Bane through PvP packs at rank 2 before Saturday? And what are his drops going to be on his heroic nodes? And we also have to tackle a big tutorial about Saturdays, because that's when everything is open for everybody to play. That's tomorrow. Today we are just going to do fearsome powers, and we have I have been proposing this for over 2 years and nobody has paid attention. I would like a button over here. Instead of search, instead of having such a big bar for search, you can put just an icon with a looking glass. One button or one menu somewhere here in this area, to be able to sort your characters by level, by power, and change the order ascending, descending, and a switch for list me heroes, list me villains. Well, I have already unlocked Deadshot, Lex Luthor, and Sinestro. I want Bane because I don't want to work on Sinestro. But if everything else fails, you can always try to unlock Chemo and Cheetah, and they work well together. And you're going to see real soon how money is never going to be an issue unless you go into gear 10. We're always going to be rolling in money and materials for upgrading. But that's going to happen next week. So if you haven't done so, bring your Luthor to full level 20 and full gear 2. And if you can, activate his self-healing by spending one ring on his LexCorp nanomeds, because hands-free security only increases the buff purging, but it takes way too long. And if you get shards for him through the PvP packs, enough to rank him to rank 2, rank him or Bane. This is the part where it changes for different people. Some people will get Bane first, some people will get Luthor first. And no, Bane is a meta character, Luthor is not. But you need Luthor when you are starting out, and we're going to bring him to Legendary later because he needs some of his upgrades. But once we are ready to move beyond Gear 8, that's where we're going to leave Luthor behind. And it's never wasted resources. And like I told you, they somehow sense when I'm recording and they come selling stuff. Well, but that's for later. Also, if you have finished your PvP for the day, your 27 missions, unless you are going to clear a board immediately, stop playing PvP. because sometimes you will finish your 27th fight with only another fight before you get the board reward. If it's only one or maybe two fights, then finish the board clear and wait until reset, so you start with a full board for the next reset. But if you are like this with 4 fights, 5, 6 or more, then just stop right there, because you need all the extra energy before the next reset. So, well, I'm getting a call, so see you tomorrow.